Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. The message wasn't even meant for me. Her phone buzzed on the kitchen counter while she was in the shower, steam rolling down the hallway like nothing in the world was wrong. I glanced at the screen without thinking. Habit, curiosity, trust. One sentence burned itself into my brain. Last night felt too real. I wish he didn't exist. For a moment I couldn't breathe. The house felt smaller, tighter, like the walls were listening. My name wasn't there, but I knew who he was. I knew because the words didn't belong to a stranger. They belonged to my wife. I didn't scream. I didn't throw the phone. I just stood there holding it, my thumb hovering as if the truth might vanish if I didn't touch it. But it didn't. I unlocked the screen. I crossed a line I never thought I would. And on the other side of that line was everything I'd been trying not to see. There were weeks of messages. Casual at first. Jokes that weren't meant for me. Complaints about being lonely. Even when I was sitting 10 feet away. Then the tone changed. Inside jokes, late-night confessions, plans disguised as coincidences. Photos that weren't explicit, but intimate enough to make my stomach turn. A smile I hadn't seen in months. My ears rang. The shower turned off. I placed the phone back exactly where it was and sat at the kitchen table, staring at the scratch we'd made years ago while assembling furniture together. I remembered laughing. I remembered thinking this was what forever felt like. She came out wrapped in a towel, hair damp, humming. She kissed my cheek like muscle memory. "You okay?" she asked. I nodded. That's the worst part, I nodded. The signs had been there. Missed calls she brushed off as meetings. The way she angled her phone away from me. How she laughed more at texts than at anything I said. I told myself I was being paranoid. I wanted to be wrong so badly that I trained myself not to look. That night, while she slept beside me, I stared at the ceiling and counted all the small moments that suddenly felt like lies. The dinner she worked late. The weekend she needed space. The distance she blamed on stress, mine, not hers. By morning, something in me had gone quiet. I didn't confront her. I didn't pack dramatically. I just took a bag, my documents, and left a note that said nothing more than, "I know." No accusations. No explanations. I turned my phone off and disappeared. For the first time in months, I could hear my own thoughts. They weren't kind. They asked what I lacked. Where I failed. Why I wasn't enough. Betrayal doesn't just break trust. It rewrites your reflection. Then she started calling. First it was confusion. Voicemails asking where I was, if I was safe. Then panic. Apologies without specifics. "Please talk to me," she cried in one message. "Whatever this is, we can fix it." When I turned my phone on days later, there were dozens of missed calls. Messages that swung wildly between remorse and anger. She showed up at my brother's place. At my office. She emailed. She begged. She blamed. She promised. It didn't mean anything. I was lonely. You weren't there. I never planned to leave you. Each sentence landed like a new cut. Because they weren't entirely lies, and that made them worse. When we finally spoke, it was in a quiet cafe, neutral ground. She looked smaller somehow, like guilt had shrunk her. Her hands shook as she talked. She didn't deny it. She explained. She cried. She said she hated herself. She said she still loved me. I believed her. That was the cruelest truth of all. But love doesn't survive on feelings alone. Survives on safety. On honesty. On choosing each other even when it's hard. And somewhere along the way, she'd chosen secrecy instead. I needed to disappear, I told her softly. Because if I stayed, I would have begged you to convince me it wasn't real. And it was. She reached for my hand. I didn't pull away, but I didn't hold on either. Walking away didn't make me strong overnight. It hurt. Still hurts. Some memories come back sharp, uninvited. But disappearing gave me something confrontation never could. Clarity. I learned that silence can be a boundary. That self-respect sometimes looks like leaving without closure. And that being chased doesn't mean you were valued, it just means you stopped being available. I didn't vanish to punish her. I vanished to save what was left of me. And slowly, piece by piece, I'm finding myself again.